What is going on, Guardians? Ember here with another one for you. Today we have a CPR certified Titan build and we're using Precious Scars.
Oh my god.
Ready?
It is not very often that an exotic makes me feel as safe as I do when I'm using Precious Scars here, and that's why everybody is ranting and raving about this exotic and using Solar Titan combined with it. However, I want to talk about two weapons that you can use that will absolutely skyrocket your ability to not only stay alive, but keep your teammates alive as well. Before we get into it, let's head down below this video, absolutely obliterate that like and subscribe button, and don't forget to let me know in the comment section down below what your favorite combo to run with Precious Scars is. And without further ado, let's get to it. Alright, let's break this build down and see what makes it pop off so hard. Number one, we are using Precious Scars, giving us overshields whenever we are revived or when we revive an ally. Just make sure you stay within that radius of your allies after you get revived or revived so you can keep that overshield up as long as possible. What also is interesting about this is when you are using a subclass that matches the energy of any weapon that you're using, whenever you get a kill with that weapon, it is going to heal the allies around you. And that is why on our Solar subclass here, we are going to be using Prometheus Lens. It's super strong. It has a subsistence and incandescent baked in once you get that catalyst for it. And then we're using Disparity with Headstone. Specifically, Headstone, any primary weapon with Headstone will work as long as you can get it to proc fairly reliably, because specifically these two weapons right here pair exceptionally well with these fragments in the artifact Pillar of Ice and Hail the Storm for our Disparity. And then the Prometheus Lens will basically always be taking advantage of Rays of Precision and Torch. And make sure you pick up that Flame Fiber and Freeze artifact perk so you can make as many orbs as possible. So we're going to be building into picking up tons of orbs and giving us melee energy, as well as in our subclass here, we're going to be using Soul Invictus for the sunspots. When we stand in there, it's going to give us our ability energy back a lot faster. Consecration so we can scorch and defeat those targets super easily. And then the fragments we're using are Ember of Searing, Ember of Torches, Ember of Benevolence, and Ember of Mercy. All of that together is going to make us nearly unkillable. We're going to be making fire sprites all over the place. We can just leave them there until we need them and get that extra healing. We're going to be getting extra energy regen just from applying Radiant Restoration or Cure, which we're going to be doing constantly with our other two fragments here as well. Let's go ahead and check out our mods here real quick and just see exactly what we have going on. Since we're using Prometheus Lens, I highly recommend that you use a special ammo finder. It's crazy strong and really, really great to use with that exotic because you're going to be chewing through a lot of that ammo. We're going to also be using a melee kickstart with heavy-handed, so that's another way to pop off on our orbs. And because we're making so many orbs, definitely throw in an innervation and or an invigoration so you can get those abilities back crazy quick. And now that we have all that out of the way, let's check out some of that gameplay.
Yesterday, you said tomorrow, so just do it!
Alright, so after seeing how all that works together, let's check out how powerful this build is. I mean, truly, I've almost never felt this safe while playing Destiny 2, and in hard content, like duoing the Warlord's Ruin dungeon without a well or a rift. I mean, number one, Consecration is so powerful. Anytime you throw out that fire wave, I mean, you can pretty much be sure there's not really going to be too much left on the other side of it. And with Consecration, you're getting your Radiant and your Restoration every time you do it, as long as you're getting kills. And I mean, let me tell you, it's harder to not get kills with it than it is to get kills with it. Basically, you throw it out there, as long as there's an enemy, they're going to take huge damage from it. And I mean, even if it's a yellow bar, you're going to be weakening them on top of the ignition that they just suffered. They're going to be not long for this world. And currently, this artifact mod makes Prometheus Lens an ignition monster. Since it deals scorch damage all the time to targets around it, and scorches the individual target that you're hitting. Anytime you get a precision final blow, you're gonna be creating a huge ignition around the area that you got that final blow. And if that was not enough, using your disparity to get some quick headshots, get those crystals formed all around, you can deal extra damage with Prometheus Lens after that. So if you shatter some crystals around a yellow or an orange bar target, they're going to take more damage from your Prometheus Lens. You can stack that with doing a Consecration Slam on top of them, weakening them, and I mean really, you're just really going to be chewing through every section of enemy possible. Any of them, they're really not going to give you any trouble. And regardless, even if you do not have your healing grenade, you can hit an enemy with your throwing hammer and immediately pick it up, and it will give you cure as well. You don't even have to get the kill. So staying alive with this build is so stinking easy. You just really can't go wrong. And really, you don't have to sacrifice boss damage with this build, even though you're probably not going to be able to use the, like the Pyrogale Slam with the Burning Maul. You can still throw on something. I have a Hazen Vengeance with Overflow and Impact Casing and Vorpal Weapon. Or if you have something like a crafted Cataclysmic with Bait and Switch, you're going to be still pumping out huge damage on top of all the things you're doing while healing your teammates. You really don't even need a well with this build. And truly, the beauty of this build is you are doing something always to help your team stay alive, to buff them, or to keep yourself alive in sticky situations, and that's why I personally think this is fantastic. I'd have to say that my favorite way to play with Precious Scars is to use a Solar Titan, and really, this artifact is what I think makes this particular build so strong. Let me know in the comment section below which subclass you like to pair with Precious Scars, and if there are any weapons that you like with them. And Guardians, that's going to have to be all for me today. If you did find yourself enjoying this video, consider throwing a like and a sub down below, maybe even a comment if you're interested. I have been playing around lately with some different methods to capture my footage, and I think I actually got a really nice balance here. I do have a little stuttering every now and then, so if you're seeing it, that's what that is, but I'm going to be working on that here over the next week or so to hopefully keep that quality up and going. But until next time, Guardians, be without form, swift as lightning.